I was 19 when I went in. It was rough at first because, you know, you had homesickness and stuff like that. And believe me, I wanted to come home, but I knew that I couldn't. My dad said, you joined it, now you stay with it. So I stayed. And then I got to liking it, and I stayed. I took 6 years 3 times.
These last 2 months, he's just now started letting us learn what happened in Vietnam. You know, we knew Dad was a tank commander. We knew he was a drill sergeant. But what we didn't know is we didn't know the stories from Vietnam until recently. He served 20 years. 8 of those years he was in Germany. 1 year he was in Vietnam. And he's seen a good many of his friends or, you know, soldier buddies that didn't come back. To know that you went through that for a whole year and then you came back to the U.S. and the way these soldiers were treated. I mean, these guys didn't want to go to war. They were told to go to war. You know, it wasn't an option. I know a lot of men did, but I know I couldn't have did what he did. You know, I know that I couldn't have been in that kind of active combat.
I was in moving tanks across the river. I was the head man now, so I was moving them across. And I went back to get one and was bringing it forward when they detonated the bomb. The guy that detonated the mine, or bomb, he was in a hole just right behind us, not 10 feet away. And there was 3 or 4 men killed in that. One of them was my driver.
When I was a kid, I would open these and I would look at them and I'd kind of play with them. But back when I was a kid, Mom said, don't ask. You didn't ask about Vietnam. You didn't ask about what happened. But this one, he was hit by an RPG. And he said that he ended up in a hospital in Germany and they pulled pieces of the RPG out of his body. Dad's very humble. I said, Dad, what'd you get this Bronze Star for? He said, oh, they give it to a lot of people. I'm like, oh, really? And I know they don't. But that Bronze Star could be a story that either he don't want to remember or he don't want to tell you.
I had a lieutenant that was platoon leader, and they shot him off. A rocket hit him at the chest. The bad part about it is having to put somebody on that tank. That's awful.
It just seems like I was going through his medical records. We were looking for a higher disability rating. So I'm no doctor by no means. I just got to Googling. Everything I read, it was coming back linked to Agent Orange. He's got neuropathy in his feet. That is somehow linked to Agent Orange. He has digestive issues. Well, I found the paperwork where he consumed food that had Agent Orange on it. How could it not affect you? I had just went with him to the doctor, and he told the doctor how hard it was to take a shower because he didn't have grab bars in his shower. The shower was smaller. And I called West Shore, and we discussed it, and I'm like, hey, that just isn't in our budget right now. I don't know that we can do that. And about a week later, he called me back, and he called corporate. 15 minutes after he called corporate said, give this man whatever he wants. And I called him. I said, Dad, I said, you got your shower? And he said, when's he coming? That's all he said. He said, when are they coming? Because I don't know whether he believed me. And then he kept saying, well, how much is it going to cost? I said, Dad, they're giving you this. they're giving you this for your service.
Very proud to be part of an organization that chooses to honor the men and women who've honored us through service over the country, especially for a family like Bill, because it's not just the servicemen and women who serve us, it's their families. And for us to be able to come in here and provide a safe, accessible shower for him and his family just takes that stress and anxiety and risk out of their daily lives. So what better gift could you give?
As a veteran myself, knowing that this company looks out for veterans and they're willing to come out and do a shower for especially an older vet who can't get around as much, it does mean a lot that there's still a company and people out there that care enough to give up their time to help someone who served this country. And I'm very proud of West Shore for being able to do this.
So today we are installing a white subway tile shower with grab bars, as well as a teak seat and shower doors. Bill, who built the house, had also built a closet inside that wet space. So we had to actually demo that closet out and rebuild that wet space to install our shower today.
I found out, hey, we had a leak under the floor, we needed new pipes, and I was sitting here thinking, how am I gonna come up with this? Because every day they have that shower, they can fall. My grandmother passed away because she fell. So, that just kept going through my mind. It's amazing that not only the type of company this is, but then you gave us a free shower.
I really needed it. And what they did for me, and what these guys did for me, I really appreciate it. It's gonna be great.
He definitely earned everything he's got, and he deserves this shower. He deserves more than the shower, really, but the fact that we're able to do this a little bit for him means the world to me, honestly, and I hope it means the world to him as well. I work for a company who is willing to help out the community, willing to take care of the veterans and the people that serve this country and put in the time and effort and make sure their customers are taken care of. And knowing that I'm part of this company makes me feel pretty good about myself and happy with what I do.
It's gonna help a lot just to know that, he has grab bars, he can sit down, he gets tired, he loses his balance. Just to know that probably the number one thing in this house that needs to be safe for him, he's got.
That's good. That looks good.
How do you like it, sir?
That's great.
Thank you so much. He worked hard for this. And to know a complete stranger or a company just did it for him.